A&E.
Notaufnahme.
I'm an A&E doctor. Angry.
Wütend.
The most stressful situation is when angry parents show up. Announce.
Bekannt geben.
They have announced a fall in profits. Annual salary.
Jahresgehalt.
The average annual salary for all jobs in Britain is £27,000. Apologies.
Entschuldigung.
Please accept my apologies for not contacting you earlier. Attached.
Im Anhang.
Please find attached a copy of my CV. Average.
Durchschnittlich.
On average, every adult owes £28,900 in debt. Balance.
Gleichgewicht.
How do you get a balance between work and home life? Be in charge of.
Zuständig sein für.
An accountant is in charge of budget and cash flow. Be in debt.
Schulden haben.
I don't like being in debt. Be moved by.
Gerührt sein von.
Dan Price is clearly moved by the difference he has made. Be responsible for.
Verantwortlich sein für.
The CEO is responsible for running the whole company. Beneficial.
Nützlich.
Which of the jobs are the most beneficial to society? Blame.
Die Schuld geben.
The manager is always blamed when the team loses. Boss.
Chef. In.
Dan Price is probably the best boss in the world. Budget.
Budget.
An accountant is in charge of budget and cash flow. Bunch.
Haufen.
I'm looking after a bunch of 3-year-olds. Cash flow.
Kapitalfluss.
We've got a serious problem with our cash flow. CEO.
Firmenchef. In.
The CEO is responsible for running the whole company. Chat.
Plaudern.
He's standing in front of the window chatting to Helena. Commute.
Arbeitsweg.
My commute to work takes about an hour each way. Conference.
Tagung.
It's very convenient for the conference. Consideration.
Berücksichtigung.
Please find attached my references for your consideration. Contract.
Vertrag.
A sales director negotiates prices and contracts. Convenient.
Praktisch.
It's very convenient for the conference. Crazy.
Verrückt.
Other company owners told him he was crazy. Dangly.
Baumelnd.
Can you see the huge, dangly earrings she's wearing? Deserve.
Verdienen.
That's why we deserve the money we earn. Distress.
Notlage.
I understand their distress. Diver.
Taucher. In.
Kyle Cooper is a deep-sea diver and oil well installer. Diving bell.
Taucherglocke.
We go up and down in a kind of diving bell. DIY.
Heimwerken.
I do DIY around the house. I'm decorating at the moment. Dozen.
Dutzend.
A dozen people are sitting around a conference table. Drag.
Schleppen.
I can't drag myself out of bed. Dressing room.
Ankleideraum.
You can get changed in the dressing room over there. Drill.
Bohrer.
Can I borrow your drill to do some DIY? Earn.
Verdienen.
I don't earn very much money. Employer.
Arbeitgeber. In.
The biggest employer in the UK is the NHS. Encourage.
Ermutigen.
How can we encourage people to use public transport? Escalators.
Rolltreppen.
I never take escalators or lifts. Excursion.
Ausflug.
You will accompany students on excursions. Experiment.
Experiment.
Will Dan Price's experiment succeed or not? Fabulous.
Fantastisch.
You get a fabulous view of the city from up there. Face.
Umgehen können mit.
I can usually face going back to work after a nice holiday. Glamorous.
Glanzvoll.
People believe it's a more glamorous job than it actually is. Grateful.
Dankbar.
His employees are very grateful. but they also feel worried. Greedy.
Gierig.
Many CEOs are greedy for profit. Headset.
Kopfhörer.
He's got his headset on so he can't hear you. Helmet.
Helm.
You should wear a helmet when you cycle. Household.
Haushalt.
80% of British households own a car. Huge.
Riesig.
A good school makes a huge difference. Human resources.
HR. Personal.
I'm a human resources manager. Import.
Importieren.
Nearly 50% of the food we buy in the UK is imported. Income.
Einkommen.
There's too much income inequality in the world. Industrial estate.
Industriegebiet.
My office is on an industrial estate. Inequality.
Ungleichheit.
Is there income inequality in your country? Install.
Installieren.
What I do is install underwater gas and oil wells. Jumper.
Pullover.
That's Jenny in the pink jumper. Knit.
Stricken.
In my free moments I knit. I'm making a blue jumper just now. Lie in.
Ausschlafen.
In this job you never get to lie in. Loan.
Darlehen.
I had credit card debt and student loans. Loneliness.
Einsamkeit.
Loneliness can be a problem for older people in the UK. Look after.
Sich kümmern.
I look after the employees and their training. Lunatic.
Irre.
Fox News called him the lunatic of all lunatics. Manner.
Verhalten.
You need to have a welcoming manner for this job. Mat.
Matte.
You can borrow my yoga mat if you like. Meditation.
Meditation.
I find that meditation helps me a lot. Minimum wage.
Mindestlohn.
Dan Price took a pay cut to give his staff a $70,000 minimum wage. Miserably.
Unglücklich.
I watched miserably as his team lost again. Needle.
Nadel.
I need to do some sewing. Have you got a needle and thread? Negotiate.
Verhandeln.
A sales director negotiates prices and contracts. Nursery nurse.
Erzieherin.
Is a nursery nurse well paid? On hold.
Auf Eis liegen.
Dan Price's jet-set lifestyle is now on hold. Oh.
Schulden.
I owe a lot of money to the bank. Patient.
Patientin.
A&E is unpredictable for both doctors and patients. Personnel.
Personal.
A human resources manager looks after personnel. Pocket money.
Taschengeld.
How much pocket money did you get every week as a child? Previous.
Vorherig.
Do you have any previous experience of working with kids? Proficient.
Bewandert.
I was already proficient in Spanish, having worked there. Racket.
Schläger.
I broke my racket the last time I played squash. Rare.
Außergewöhnlich.
It was a rare and extremely valuable painting. Rarely.
Selten.
I rarely see Peter these days. Reappear.
Wieder auftauchen.
Let's hope problems like these don't reappear. Recruit.
Anwerben.
I'm recruiting and interviewing for new staff. Redecorate.
Renovieren.
The hotel is closed while the bedrooms are being redecorated. Referee.
Schiedsrichterin.
Football managers often disagree with the referee. Reference.
Zeugnis.
Please find attached a reference from my previous employer. Regret.
Bedauern.
I regret to inform you that you have not been successful. Rural.
Ländlich.
Dan Price comes from rural Idaho. Saddle.
Sattel.
What type of saddle do you use to go horse riding? Sailing.
Segeln.
Sailing is my favorite pastime. Sales assistant.
Verkäuferin.
How much does a sales assistant get paid? Scarf.
Schal.
My scarf will tell you which football team I support. Screwdriver.
Schraubenzieher.
I'm looking for a short screwdriver I can use in a small space. Seabed.
Meeresgrund.
The diving bell is lowered down to the seabed. Sew.
Nähen.
I can sew, but I can't knit. Shorts.
Shorts.
I've bought all the kit, shorts and trainers and stuff. Shout.
Schreien.
Some days he shouts a lot, but he listens as well. Silk.
Seide.
She's wearing a lovely green jacket and cream silk scarf. Sip.
Nippen.
This coffee's really hot, so sip it slowly. Sleeping bag.
Schlafsack.
You'll need a warm sleeping bag when you go camping. Store card.
Kundenkarte.
I forgot to bring my store card when I went shopping. Stressful.
Stressig.
What do they find stressful about their job? Striped.
Gestreift.
Is he the guy working on his laptop in the striped shirt? Suburb.
Vorort.
I live in a suburb not far from the sea. Suit.
Anzug.
He's wearing a light gray suit. Supervise.
Beaufsichtigen.
You will help to supervise students at our summer school. Switch off.
Abschalten.
I try to switch off when I get home. Target.
Ziel.
CEOs discuss plans and targets with their board of directors. Tax.
Steuern.
The average UK family pays £730,000 in tax in their lifetime. Tent.
Zelt.
The rain got into my tent the last time I went camping. Thread.
Faden.
I need to do some sewing. Have you got a needle and thread? Tie.
Krawatte.
He's wearing a bright blue tie. Time consuming.
Zeitaufwendig.
My job is so time consuming. I work 6 days out of 7. Track.
Verfolgen.
Researchers from Harvard Business School are tracking results. Tracksuit.
Trainingsanzug.
I wear a tracksuit when I go jogging in winter. Trainers.
Trainingsschuhe.
I think I've left my trainers at the gym. Tricky.
Schwierig.
It's tricky to get a balance between work and home life. Triplets.
Drillinge.
One of the sheep had triplets last night. Underwriter.
Risikoprüfer, in.
I spoke to Nidelis Ortiz, a 26-year-old underwriter at Gravity. Unkempt.
Zerzaust.
With his unkempt hair, he doesn't look like a CEO. Unusual.
Ungewöhnlich.
Why is Dan Price an unusual boss? Violent.
Gewalttätig.
Then came the criticism, immediate and violent. Workforce.
Erwerbsbevölkerung.
The UK workforce is made up of 53% men and 47% women. Worried.
Beunruhigt.
His employees are very grateful, but they also feel worried.